In a small, forgotten town, there lies an ancient graveyard, untouched for centuries. Overgrown with weeds and shrouded in perpetual mist, the townsfolk speak in hushed whispers of the horrors that occur after dark. No one dares to venture near, for the souls that rest there are said to be anything but peaceful. One night, a group of local teenagers, driven by curiosity and bravado, decide to explore the graveyard. They laugh off the warnings of their elders, believing the legends to be nothing more than ghost stories. But as they pass through the iron gates, the air grows colder, and an unsettling feeling washes over them. As the group ventures deeper into the graveyard, strange sounds begin to fill the air. The wind howls through the trees, but there are other noises, whispers, moans, and the sound of footsteps that don't belong to any of them. The laughter fades, replaced by fear as they realize they are not alone. Suddenly, a cold wind sweeps through the graveyard, and an eerie silence falls. From the shadows, a figure emerges, a ghostly apparition in tattered burial clothes, its eyes glowing with an unnatural light. It drifts toward them, its face twisted in eternal agony. The teenagers scream and run, but the graveyard seems to stretch endlessly before them. In their desperate flight, the group stumbles upon the old mausoleum at the heart of the graveyard. They take refuge inside, hoping to escape the ghostly apparition. But inside, they find something far worse. An ancient, cursed crypt where the dead are far from resting peacefully. The air is thick with malevolence, and strange symbols are etched into the stone walls. The group's presence has disturbed something deep within the graveyard. The ground trembles, and the coffins within the mausoleum begin to creak open. Skeletal hands emerge from the soil as the dead rise from their graves, summoned by a dark, ancient force. The teenagers scream in horror as the dead come to claim them. One of the teenagers stumbles upon an old, tattered book within the mausoleum, filled with strange incantations. Realizing too late that they have become part of a dark ritual, they understand that the graveyard is cursed, a place where the dead are revived to serve a malevolent force. The group attempts to undo the ritual, but the power they've unleashed is beyond their control. In a final, desperate attempt to escape, one of the teenagers sacrifices themselves, drawing the attention of the cursed spirits long enough for the others to flee. As the spirits close in, the sacrificial victim disappears into the fog, their fate sealed in the cursed graveyard forever. The remaining teenagers manage to escape the graveyard, barely alive and deeply scarred by the horrors they witnessed. They reach the gates just as dawn begins to break, but the graveyard remains eerily silent behind them. The whispers of the dead still echo in their minds, a reminder that the graveyard's curse will continue. Years later, the town remains haunted by the legends of the graveyard. Locals speak of strange lights and sounds coming from the old burial ground, and many believe the spirits still roam, searching for the souls of those who disturb their eternal rest. The graveyard remains untouched, its cursed grounds forever trapping the souls of the unwary.